Esau be extra with my stuff, so I don't know why. But it's still. Oh, okay, Shalom, shalom. We are the brothers of the Great Millstone, branch in Chicago. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, all honor and glory unto
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem Rikakwadash.
Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the other bishops. Salutations to all our fellow laborers doing this work with truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Now more so than ever, the would-be judges, the 144,000, all right, and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth among the heathen nations. They have the appearance of those heathen nations. This is not a black thing, right? And to the few Aqua that are listening and learning, we say shalom, right? And as you see the title, the current rulership is not fit for rulership. They're not fit to rule. And it's showing itself. If somebody grab this, there's no more wisdom and team. Get that on deck. Today, the brother Asha and I went to go handle some business to get some things done that needed to be done. And we go into the Kinko's, and those of you know me know that my mindset is that technology is gay. All right, technology is for soft people. Real talk. And so I'm not the most technical guy with, when it comes to computer stuff and all that. That came after me. I only learned enough to where I can find videos and that's it. So if you need some help with some computers and all that, I'm not the person. Right? I feel you. Right. You got a problem with security?
There you go.
All right. So anyway, we go into this place and he's a little bit better than me, but we're both like, we're not. And the niggas in there, all right.
Yeah,
it's their job. They don't want to help. Right. They didn't want to help, and one of them was, flaming.
Oh.
Anyway,
yes,
I guess if we came in there with a list, he'd have been helping.
Sure.
And so I'm, so we the last time we were there, we took care of the business. We got the documents done, and every, who up the bam. Then, we was in there for about a half hour, maybe.
Right.
The young brother named Malik helped us out. All right. And so we go in there and I start talking to these guys and I'm looking for my mans. And so I don't see him. So I start talking to the guys and we tell him what we want. And he's like, well, we don't do that. And I'm like, well, what the fuck happens when some senior citizen comes in here and you got all this technology in here and they don't know how to do this shit. They're coming in here to spend their money for you to you just you
expedite the process.
It's ridiculous, man. And so what happens is he tells me, oh well, Malik got fired for doing just what you said. Because he asked me what I said. Well, the dude I described him. He said, oh, you talking about Malik? Just let him go last week. Yeah, he got fired. Because we're not supposed to do this and we're not supposed to do that. It was just supposed to point you to you. And he's like, well, then why the fuck are you here? Right. I said, so you mean the guy who actually helped the people and people remember him? And right.
He's got the repertoire.
So the guy who actually helps the people and see, America does some of the most backward shit because there is no wisdom left in teaming. So he said, yeah, so the management decided to let him go. But they kept you two lazy motherfuckers.
Right. Hey, blessings on Malik. Show mercy on Malik.
Man, that shit, it was so fucking aggravating, man. I was like, God damn, so this man is fired. He can't pay his bills. The man who was actually helping people.
But Malik
and he said because he was helping people too much. I'm like, what the fuck? Isn't that what he said?
That's what he said. That's perfect. Because Malik goes back to Malak. Malak means king. They don't want the kings to rule. They want the bullshit to rule.
Niggers.
Moles.
So long story short, we went there. Well, I wouldn't say it was a wasted trip. We still got some stuff done, and we'll have it ready for when the time needed. But it was just so aggravating, man. Can I get that scripture?
They'll hire moles before they hire somebody that's more qualified too.
Always.
Yeah, Mo keep a job.
That's who was behind the counter. The Mo.
Man, put his hair on down his back.
This Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, Is wisdom no more in Tebet? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is there wisdom banished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him.
And so it's falling upon himself, man. And it's showing because your current now ruler in Babylon he's showing that he's not fit for rulership because he's driving away all of his allies. He's doing really bad business, which is calling his two of his closest allies, which was Canada and Mexico, are completely and totally against him now. Almost to the point where war could possibly break out. And that they're looking to join the other side.
Well, hey, they said that they asked if this was after the election, after Donald Trump had won the election, they basically asked them. They said, by Mexico asking to join BRICS, would you guys make them then a threat if they were to join BRICS? Because then that's basically them fighting the petrodollar. And they said, yeah. So yeah, that's definitely at the table.
Yeah, it is, man. And so this is how we know that Babylon the Great will be in a very near future. This isn't a long off thing. Be wiped off the face of the earth. All right. It didn't say, it didn't say Canada. It didn't say Mexico. It talks about Babylon. And Babylon has made it very clear that Mexico is not a part of Babylon. All right. and big portions of Babylon actually belonged to Mexico. So, so a lot of people that are from there, especially the ones that they're trying to kick out of California, out of Texas, out of Colorado, they're fucking home. All right? This is their home. And a lot of people are starting to see and admit that too. Bring him out, brother. Baba Kusha.
Go ahead, Shikari.
Nice like an article for it was just mentioned. It said multiple Canadian provinces stop sale of American alcohol amid tariffs. Some Canadian provinces ordered distributors to stop selling American alcohol products in response to President Trump's 25% tariffs on goods.
So yeah, and so a lot of things that the new king of Babylon is doing is he's hurting the American citizens, and the American citizens are very angry about the assistant president. He just became a president, assistant president, and it's a new office of a non-elected official. Right. And now they're saying, they're pointing out the fact that why is this non-elected official, and it's like, wait a second,
Right.
you had all these ran NGOs the entire time that are non-elected, and they control all kind of policy within your government, APAC, the ADL, all these different things. So and then it turns out that the president assistant or assistant president, Mr. Musk, he's a Ashkenazi convert himself. Yep. All right, so you've been having in America, for all you MAGAs out there.
Oops.
All right, for all you MAGA people, your whole government, whether it's Republican or Democrats, has had these NGOs, these non-government organizations, ruling and controlling government prophecy, overriding and discarding the Constitution. Basically, you can go all the way back to the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is operating outside the laws of the land, but yet having a voice. The sending people to jail and all kind of weird shit that the Federal Reserve has been doing. That's actually in violation of the law of the land, because the Federal Reserve is a private entity,
right,
and everything that's connected to it.
And they set this up on Jekyll Island.
Mm-hmm. Offshore.
You're right.
All right. So because guess what's connected to the IRS and the Fed, the Title 14. Exactly. So they operate. They've been operating exactly the Hague. They've been operating maritime law on the land in America, and guess what? American citizens are not under fucking maritime law. But yet
they all don't know.
But they right, and they're because they're too stupid.
Right.
And in some cases, it's not their fault. They've been purposely dumbed down.
I was just about to say that this is part of the unfit rulers' agenda, that they dumb down the people. So when they rule with their wickedness and sell all kind of fool's gold to the people, all right, you have no clue. You happy.
You have no resistance.
Right. There's no resistance.
Yeah.
You see? But I got a quick couple scriptures real quick. This Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 verse 4. Yeah. So it says the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. So that denotes that whoever is ruling in the time being is unprofitable for the earth. All right. And you're talking about the basis of men who's ruling right now, because really all nations, all right, are unprofitable to rule. If you're not ruling with the righteousness of the Heavenly Father, you're unprofitable to rule. But it just so happened that now, because hey, it was the worst for last. It's the best for last. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The worst for last
instead of best for last.
Right. In this present temporal evil world, because in that second Esdras, it says how the evil seed was planted in the beginning.
Right.
But the evil seed only has a time, and a height to reach. So that means evil is going to increase and increase and gets worse and worse and worse until evil reaches its height, right? But in this Romans chapter 9, verse 22.
Wait, before you go there,
Yes, sir.
read verse 5.
Yes,
you just
sir.
read.
So going back to this Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 4, and then I'll hit 5. It says the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over the earth, one that is profitable. In the hand of the Most High God.
So that denotes that right now at this present time,
Yes.
The person's not profitable.
whoever is in control, and not only America, Babylon, agree, whatever city state that you think you're living in,
Worldwide.
worldwide or planet-wide, they're not profitable.
Right. And
That's it.
so pointing it, that the point had to come out twice.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, brother.
Yep. So it says, in the hand of the Most High God is the prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor.
Right. Exactly, man. So before you go to your next scripture,
Mm-hmm.
because somebody, and then give it right back to y'all. Somebody go to that Daniel 4:17. Oh, brother. Because that profitable person is going to be described. That unprofitable
That's right.
person is going to be described.
Okay.
All right, or people that are actually in rulership.
Right. And then amongst the people, amongst every nation, there's a rank and file. There's the elites of that nation all the way down to the commoners of that nation. So the nation of Esau, Edom, the elites are ruling. You see, the commoners, it's some people that's bums, that's Edomites. We call them two-time losers.
Yeah, they're leaning in Philadelphia.
Oh,
They're homeless in the South.
Yep.
And they're homeless all over California. And a huge portion of the homeless in America is Edomites.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them in the South as well now, especially after those orchestrated hurricanes that hit on high land, or we've had flooding in the hills.
Right.
Whoever the fuck heard of floods in the hills?
Right.
It's
There's
as long as
floods
they're
in the
running.
hills.
a hill can't flood because the flood will
Normally be running down.
Exactly.
And so here it is, just like the scripture says, he who is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
Nobody.
Nobody. Go ahead with that scripture, man.
This is Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and is a man by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will.
Wow. So you see, the Most High giveth it to whomsoever he will. And the scripture says, the Most High's thoughts are not our thoughts. You see, so because some people will be like, well, why would he do that? Why would he give the earth into the hand of the wicked, the bases of men, right? And it's really all for a learning lesson. First and foremost, for the special chosen children, the Israelites, man. And like it says in that Romans, that he might show his power. You see, that there's no other way to get peace on earth, no other way to get a paradise on earth, other than rolling with the instructions, the do's and don'ts of the Creator.
So we had to learn what wickedness was.
And we had to learn
The hard way.
us, the Israelites, we had to learn what wickedness was. What's the best teacher? Experience.
Quick side note, I just want to say, even with these bitches, they say, I don't understand how the Most High will put a man over us when I birthed the baby. Like, what the fuck is you saying? Like that don't got nothing.
It's
You
not
gotta follow the will of the
To
Most High.
birth a baby must be put inside of you.
Exactly.
If the baby was not put inside of you and you had a miraculous birth, then you can talk. No one has been that ever in existence. A man provides
That's
the
why.
seed.
Look, that's why men begot children.
There's the water, brother.
Right.
The water.
They begot children.
Right
And
to the
so
point.
go look up the meaning of words. All right.
You had something?
No, so like who go out and provide food for the damn baby because of your stomach? The man.
Yeah, well,
When you put them in your stomach.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
What happens after that?
too.
Right. Because
Right.
a woman just don't like just produce a baby.
Right,
A
right.
baby
Right.
gets
Yeah,
put
she
in her.
ain't, she ain't
So,
asexual.
well, because you know what? Because
Right.
that comes from stupidity
Yeah.
and not being not being taught. All right, and that's
woman
part of the
worship.
church. I mean, that's the church's fault, and it's also the education system's fault.
The ruler.
Fault, which is that it
Ruler.
all goes back to the ruler.
That's it.
All right, because he's done that. Because he don't teach the people that he don't teach the truth about you being the seed of your father.
That's it.
All right, see that changes. One statement can change the whole vibration.
Right.
All right, you come from your father, and there's a plethora of scriptures that identify that. All right, and make it very, very clear. But let's get back on point where you were, Yaki.
I appreciate the back of what the Elder Yacht said, because this is all the plan of the Lord to show us we had to learn, the saints had to learn good and evil. It's Sirach 17:7. Withal he filled them with the knowledge of understanding and showed them good and evil.
That's it. And this
So
is
to be
why.
a proper judge, you have to know both sides, or you can't judge properly.
And you have to experience that.
Exactly.
Right.
And this.
You know,
I'm sorry.
when you're dealing with little children, all right, and when they're first learning to speak whatever language it be, whether you're telling them caliente or you're telling them hot, you're trying to let them know that you touch that, and you know what, and they don't get it until they actually get burnt.
That's it. Yeah.
It's simple as that. They'll finally touch something hot, and you hot, and they screaming and crying.
Never touch it again.
Lesson learned.
You're right.
Then when you say hot, they move it.
Right.
Until they understand it. Caliente. Oh
That's
shit.
it, right.
Yeah. They remember that. Oh hell no, I ain't touching that shit.
So we had to go through trial and error.
That's
Right?
it. All right, I read this real
Yes,
real
sir.
quick. This Sirach 34:9. A man that have traveled knoweth many things,
That's it.
and he that have much experience will declare wisdom.
Right.
So you have to experience to understand.
Right. It says, "He that have much experience will declare wisdom."
Yeah.
And in that wisdom of Solomon, it says, when the wise, are basically in authority, that's the welfare of the world and the upholding of the people.
Right.
You see, so this is what had to happen to us, the Israelites, the special chosen children. We had to go through this experience, man. Right.
And now
It's
we
all
understand.
Yep.
Now we understand that
It's-
no way outside of the Lord's way is better.
That's it. All right. And so we had to be made perfect in this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And it took this present temporal evil world, like I always say, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, kingdom after kingdom after kingdom.
Until the basis of men got set.
All that. And so the ultimate will of the Father is to have the profitable people in power and rule over the earth for eternity, right? So this is Romans chapter 9, verse 22. It says, what if the Most High God, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? And that's who's ruling right now. All right, the unprofitable vessels of wrath. And it's the Most High God who even said himself that he himself is long suffering his word to come to pass. The part where it was given over unto the wicked, the Most High himself is long suffering because he's bound by his word. And he has given the earth into the hand of the wicked for a time and for a purpose. And that time and purpose is almost up. Verse 23, it says how they're fitted. All right, they're fitted, tailor-made. The wicked that's ruling right now, Esau, Edom, they're tailor-made to be destroyed.
Hey, put this suit.
Ain't no way around that.
Go put this suit on. We're gonna measure you.
Yep.
We're gonna make sure you're there.
Yep.
And it's perfect.
Yep. The suit of destruction.
Is it? It fits you perfectly.
That's it.
And it's good on you.
Yes, because it says, hey, even in the land of uprightness, all right, they would do evil and wickedness, because they were made, learned in, trained in, all right, to be the opposite of the righteous people. All right, the opposite of the righteous is the wicked.
False balance is abomination, Lord. You had to have evil.
They're the all-time reigning kings of evilness.
That's it.
Of wickedness.
And that's who is ruling right now.
We are the champions.
Yeah. And I will tell you that because Jake, some of their deeds have surpassed the deeds of the wicked. That part is true, but there's not a Jake. If Jake was to go on, if this world was to go on for another couple hundred years, Jake can never catch up to the blood that has been shed
Through that man.
Yeah, that this man has.
That's it.
They have so much blood on their hands. We mentioned the Mike Wallace and Farrakhan famous interview, and how Farrakhan shamed his ass and shut him up.
Can I quote two scriptures?
Go ahead, brother.
I'll quote Maccabees. It said, "What one nation has not had part of our spoils and have taken parts of our kingdom?" Then I'll quote Daniel, which says, "No other nation, not one other kingdom on God's creation has even likened to what Jerusalem has gone through from all the other nations."
And Jerusalem is a people before it's a place.
That's
Talking
right.
about us, the Israelites.
That's right. You got to know.
And who was the head of that? That orchestrated this evil against Jerusalem.
Esau, Edom.
Esau, Edom. And who's the head of Esau, Edom? Amalek. Right?
Well, it says in that Psalms 83, the number one enemy with a bullet, all right, is Esau, Edom.
Yeah, it says his name twice.
Yep.
Then it turns around and lets you know Amalek.
Yep, that's it.
Right?
So,
and Amalek is the first of the nations. Just did a video today about all the anti-Semitic laws that are about to be pushed. Look, man, you don't need laws to defend truth, because the truth of the matter is, I don't hear any people saying vulgar things, when they're talking about, this particular group of converts that are in the Holy Land right now. I don't hear people saying when they're doing their interviews and their talk shows, they're just speaking facts. All right, they're speaking facts about different
What they've done.
Yeah, and even the current events. The genocide and all all the money, the waste, and all the shit that they've done. All right, and that they continue to do. Okay.
Yep.
And but yet these people get to a point when you point out their positions of grandeur that they've established for themselves.
Right.
All of a sudden, you're worse than a criminal.
Yes.
You're worse than the guy with the name that start with H.
Yes.
All right. You're worse than that guy just for mentioning something that's actually truthful.
Right.
You didn't use any slander. You didn't call him a bad name or racial slur or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You just simply told the truth.
That's hateful.
And all of a sudden it's hateful because the truth is hateful to people whose entire existence is based upon lies.
That's it.
When your entire existence is based upon a fabrication, fraud, the truth is something you do not want to hear. That's why they're trying to play the anti-Semitic card. All right?
I still ain't finished.
Yeah,
Play victim shit.
All right, so going back into this Romans chapter 9, I'll hit 22 again and 23. It says, "What if God, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
Damn long suffering.
And that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory." You see, and that's the Israelites starting off with the elect of the nation of Israel. That's those vessels of mercy, which he prepared glory for us. But before the glory, we had to go through the suffering. We had to go through the process of being purified and perfected, which is this present temporal evil world, and going through the straight gate, bearing our cross, such and such.
But also, it's true. Because now we have through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem outside, we have re-identified who we are, and that's power in the earth.
That's it.
And that makes the enemies, and that makes the fraudulent bastards, right? Then exactly makes them fearful, brother.
Even the devils believe and tremble.
Right. Was that you got more on that, y'all?
That was it.
I had some real quick, Elder, just to add what you just said. It's the Revelations 11. Revelation 11, and I'm gonna get straight to the point. I'm gonna get Revelation 11.
There we go.
And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, the Israelites.
The elect of the nation.
That's right. And they stood upon their feet.
We got. Oh no, I say. We got this knowledge. That's the breath, the life, and put back into us.
Right. Which means, this scripture goes well with Baruch 2 and 30. That's right. Because we remembered ourselves, and that is what they have a problem with.
It right? Says, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Yeah, and the ones that's fearful are the ones that's in rulership.
That's
right?
it.
Because they're seeing that all their lies, all right, are being exposed. Their agenda is being exposed, right? And so those that's coming up, standing upon their feet, that's telling the truth, that has that breath, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua in us. Well, you have the others that don't, the others of our people. And so the message that we come in with, because they don't have that breath, that's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua in them, what we're saying is hateful, it's foolish, it's crazy, it's impossible.
Right. So they spent all that money to tame a lion, but now the lion has remembered himself.
That's it.
Like the movie The Wizard of Oz, the lion now has courage again.
Right.
And they're like, oh, he didn't. Wait a minute, he remembered the lion.
He forgot who he was.
Right.
He did right.
So
he was a lion. If a lion don't know he's a lion,
exactly.
All right. He don't. He don't know he's a lion. It's like, wait a minute, I'm fast, I'm powerful. I can practically defeat every other animal that comes across me.
Right.
All right. But when he has a mentality of a damn rabbit.
Yeah.
A pig.
All right.
Right. He don't want no problem.
And he's rolling around in the mud, loving it. You know what I'm saying? That's why that Romans 2 go into. He said he's not a Jew just because he has Jew parents. All right. You're not right. I was quoting the NLT version, but it says you're not a Jew just because you want outwardly. All right. No, you're an Israelite if you want inwardly, knowing that you're an Israelite, rolling with the will of the Heavenly Father, rolling with the righteousness of the Heavenly Father. That means you hate this present temporal evil world, waiting on the coming and hoping for that day to come speedily, begging the Lord to shorten the days that He's given over unto the wicked, man. All right, because now we know we're the Israelites. Now we know we're the lions, man. And so we're doing what the Israelites should do. All right, which right now is having faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which gonna us proving our faith is rehearsing the righteous acts. You see,
think of 2 Peter 1:12. Wherefore I will not neglect.
Anybody in the chat can.
I will not be negligent to put ye always in remembrance of those things, though you know them and be established in the presence of truth. How the Lord got to put us in remembrance of something? If that lion forgot who he was, we forgot who we were. The Lord is putting us back into. That's why I love that scripture about remembrance, because it denotes whoever's reading this right now knew this before.
Yeah.
You can't remember,
and it makes it very clear. All right, but through extrapolation, that anyone who said that they've been the people all along are frauds.
Exactly.
All right. If you claim that you've been the people all along,
your
documents is your document about your
proves your fraud.
Your heritage of being the people of the Lord proves you're a fraud. And this is about as authentic as the doll's rolls. All right. And which is a fraudulent document, because it's you got all kind of Edomites on the doll's roll, claiming that they're Native American when they're not. And people know about the doll's roll now. All right. And so it's all about, so fuck DNA, because you got people that got DNA that proves that they're of Native ancestry. Okay. But they don't want to deal with the DNA when it comes to that. They want to deal with if your family name on these rolls or not. Mm-hmm. So so to hell with all your receipts, sir. Is your name? Well, your name's not here.
Right.
I guess you're black.
What Pop saying?
But these brothers been holding both these brothers, man. They bring it up.
Okay, well, this is going back to what y'all was saying about this. This is about this Edomite being a liar that he is, and how his whole system and everything is set on it. But that's who he is, and that's how it was set. for him to be that, and that's why he's got to wait his turn until the end, and then his destruction is gonna be great. This is Proverbs 26-28. A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it. They hate us.
Yep.
Hey, perfect, and that's perfect inside the will of Yahweh Shai anyway.
That's it.
Okay, because guess what? What did David say? I hate them with a perfect hatred.
Right.
Okay, so I hate those that hate thee with a perfect hatred. If you don't want to rule and don't want to live by the law, statutes, and commandment, which this Edomite has no way of doing, even if you was to show him, because it says that in the scriptures as well, then that's it. So in the process of that,
he's accustomed to do evil. He can't do right no way.
Right.
Rightness when he deal injustice.
Yeah.
And a flattering mouth worketh ruin. So he'll flatter us and tell us all the good shit that he think we want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
But in the process, he's still trying to figure out and work whatever angle he is behind you to pull your ass down.
It's like the way he taught history.
That's it. Exactly.
He makes it sounds like the the Calvary, and the Edomites were this just these just and caring people who just happen to stumble across a place.
Right.
And then decided to make it their home and bring civilization to the poor savages that were here already.
And brought ruin to this place.
And when the truth of the matter is, they brutally raped, robbed, stole, murdered. Right, and then they accosted the land into their own possession.
That's it.
That's the truth of the matter. And I know that sounds, harsh and cruel, but that's the 100% truth.
Yeah.
It's not theory.
Right.
It's fucking fact.
That's it.
Right. It's history.
Well, it's scriptural. All right, and the scripture says that they, like that particular nation, Esau, Edom, the Edomites, they have the characteristics of a snake, of a fox. He says they're the most subtle, sly, conniving lion, and it's gonna, act like they're your friend.
All you gotta do, I told brothers weeks ago to go watch American Primeval. And if you haven't watched it, you're going to fuck off. And then there's too many, man. If you watch that, you're gonna have lessons for weeks. But bring out what you
and the reason why Esau's afraid of it because it's not for his own good. It's us rising up is for our good and stuff. This example of
he know his time is up.
He knows his time is up.
It's like a short time.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember, it can't be two champions. It gonna be one.
That's right.
All right. So we'll threaten his kingdom. He goes example here, Nehemiah chapter 6, verse 6. I'm just gonna get to the point. Whereas were reported among the heathen, and Joshua said that thou and the Jews think to rebel, for which cause thou buildest the wall, that thou mayst be their king according to these words. All right. So when we came out of Babylon captivity, we rebuilding Jerusalem again. They was afraid. Why they was afraid? All right, because we come back to our prosperity, man. That's a threat to their rulership and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. So right now we're going to what? The tabernacle of David. We resurrect our people again.
It's not a physical thing.
It's a spiritual thing.
Right.
And
it's all through the spirit and power of the Most High God, and you can't do nothing about that.
And it was so fucked up. I mean, that has to be a fucking mind fuck to spend that much fucking money trying to just totally hide us from our heritage.
And it worked.
And it did work for a period of time. And then to be out there, motherfuckers calling you out, and now you roll up and be like I said, because they talk about how when they rolled up on them and did that and wanted to know why. But I mean, I remember the time, like you said, when we were down there on State and Adams, and the motherfucker jumped out the Bentley and whatnot. He jumped out the Bentley with bad bitches in the car with him and say, "Oh shit, this is real. This is real for real."
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that day. Old dude, suave as fuck.
That's it.
Yeah, a bunch of young bitches.
Young bitches.
Wow.
Michael J.
Rico.
I got a precept real quick. This Wisdom of Solomon 2:12.
Mm.
It says, therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous.
Now this is the mindset of the ungodly.
That's right.
The mindset of the wicked that's ruling right now. What the brother is reading. So go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 2:12. It says, therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. He is clean contrary to our doings.
Wow.
He upbraideth us with our offending the law,
Yep.
and objective to our infamy, the transgressions of our education.
That's it.
He professeth to have the knowledge of power, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord.
Yes, we do. Yes, we
Here
are.
we are.
And they offended, and the elites of the society, they offended, and now we're saying that we are the people of the Bible.
Right.
And history shows it.
But you got people of the Edomites that are already coming out and saying no. Matter of fact, there's a video the elder had posted. I think Richie from Boston, he's an Edomite.
I think Richie is a Jake, but nevertheless,
Right.
he has appearance of an Edomite.
Because he came out on the video and said the people that are of the Bible are not the ones over there in that land right now.
Yeah, he said they are not the Israelites of the Bible. So the world knows this at this point. It's just that the Ashkenazi converts own the majority of all the mainstream media, and then
Controls the narrative.
they'll call it anti-Semitic just for me saying that.
Right.
As if it's a slander, or if it's not, as if it were not true, but it's actually true. The curses in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, are very clear. When it says that it's going to be a sign that are upon them and their seed forever, the curses, you just read them and it identifies who the people are. And the converts, they're not under those curses. Neither did those things happen to them at all. And you can't make the event that took place in a couple years period of time, all done over there, in Western Asia, exactly, northern part of Western Asia, by that man whose name started with an H. You can't take that event and try to make that match Deuteronomy the 28th chapter. It does not fucking fit.
Right.
And remember when I told you so many times that there was 79 million other people that died in that event that took place, and where that man with the name who started with H was involved. All right. But these particular people, they say, fuck the 79 million, only we 6 matter.
And they didn't. That wasn't even a real number.
Right.
That wasn't even a real
So
number.
and that all can be contested, and then there's evidence against that. But if you speak that way or you bring forth that evidence, you get labeled anti-Semitic for telling the truth, and that's an attack on them. How the fuck is me telling the truth an attack on you?
Because
you know what's the attack? You telling the lie and hiding who the fuck we are for century after century, and then trying to label us in a point where we can get in trouble lawfully for speaking the truth about it. Mm-hmm. That's the fucking hate right there.
That's narcissistic, man. That's self-esteem.
Bring it up, bro.
This Zechariah chapter 9, verse 6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. It lets you know that them people that's over there, man, Israel, man, they're not the real people at all. And like the elder said, man, the curses don't even line up with them, man. Right. When has there been a time where they went to one place to another, didn't know the language, on ships, you know what I'm saying?
What changed that?
What changed in your
mind? And they a dick, man, because the thing is they erased that shit off of fucking Google, bro.
No, they didn't.
Most of it.
It's suppressed.
A lot of it is missing. It's not. Maybe it's way down.
Yeah.
But
you gotta word it out perfectly now.
And that's iRobot. iRobot said that when they did the whole movie, they said you have to ask the right question.
Right.
If you don't formulate this shit the right way, they're gonna suppress that shit down to 1,254,000 page down the totem pole.
Right. Yeah.
If you do your due diligence, you'll see it. But he's
known
for iconoclasm.
But let me read this real quick. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 43. All right, because after in that same video that you spoke of, Richie from Boston went on for about 10 minutes describing all, giving all the names and the faces of the current president and his assistant president and all their people. Right? If you notice, I didn't say the vice president.
Right.
Because you got the president,
of
the vice president, and you
the
have the assistant president. All right.
Making up some shit.
Okay.
Because we never seen that in all American history.
And now Americans are seeing it. And and just like
When
the
does it
nations
come
are starting
judicial?
to, just like the nations are starting to roll with the bricks, a lot of people starting to see what the Hebrews are saying is true. All right, but this is Deuteronomy 28:43, and it says, "The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low." All right, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Well, a lot of the lenders are on his staff. And all of them were, those converts. So how can you be the people if you're in a position to lend? The people of the Lord would not be in a position to lend anything to anyone, according to the Torah and the Tanakh. They wouldn't be in a position to be able to loan anything to anyone. They would always, and they would be the tail. All right. So it says, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. All right? And it says, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. All right? Those curses, you would be in a position where you're not in a position to loan anything to anyone.
That's right.
You would be low. All the strange nations would be up above you. Yeah. You would be on the bottom. And with these converts in Chicago, they're on the top. In the suburbs of surrounding Chicago, they're on the top. Most of the gated communities on the Gold Coast and River North, all right, and all the that's where they are. All right, the North, Wilmette, Skokie, Highland Park. All right, all those,
Yeah, they don't want to be over here west.
They're right. They're high above everyone. They have their own ambulance company.
Yeah.
All right. They got special ambulances that come just for them.
Yep.
All right.
It just shows you that these devils are not in poverty. They say the real Israelites gonna be in poverty. They don't have nothing. We're gonna suffer. We're gonna be struggling. We in hell. We gonna be in the ghetto.
We gonna be on the low.
And it said that they wouldn't know themselves.
Yeah.
Right. They would have to wake
up. That would be a telltale.
Exactly.
So these are signs.
Yep.
All right. And what was that song from the 80s? I saw the sign. You ain't seen the sign? Everybody else saw it.
The tokens.
Will to power. Was it Will to power?
Yeah.
Psalm 73 and 5. They are not in trouble. Yeah, I was on you told me? You got it, brother?
This is Psalm 73. I started 5. They are not in trouble as other men. God. Neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain.
Let me give you some evidence. All right. You read that. Let me give you a receipt, brother. Let me give. I've been waiting because I was gonna do a video on this, but I can use it and delete it, get rid of it now. This is a short video that was sent to me by a beloved sister, right? A future wife. Okay. But it says Interpol arrests Israeli Yoel Alter, leader of one of the, hold on, let me take it back, of the largest child trafficking rings in the world.
There it is.
All right? It says, this is the video, it's a short video. It barely made the news. Breaking, Interpol have arrested Yoel Alter and more. Wait for it to come up so I can read the rest. But this is the live, and let me see if I can pause it. Can't pause it. Fuck. There we go. It says, breaking, Interpol, and I'm gonna go short to the camera. Have arrested Yoel Alter and 35-year-old Israeli who is a member of the Lev Tahor, the world's largest child sex trafficking ring. Over 160 children have been rescued from this Jewish pedophile gang. Yep. You might want to ask yourself why the media, politicians, and social media are being quiet about this matter.
They owned it.
But they were so quick to show Kanye West make his wife get naked on the carpet. But how many people know about Yoel? This guy Yoel. Let me turn the
Yoel Smallhead.
Yeah, this guy.
But the craziest part about that, they say 160, but that was just 160
Well, that was at one
point,
time.
at that point of contact. There's no telling how many to come through that.
Right. Just think over the years.
Right.
All that add up to the years.
Right. That doesn't equate to over a course of time how much them went through it.
Then you have to remember, these bastards came in power
I wasn't showing nothing at all.
1492.
Yeah.
They were doing the same shit back in Esau doing the same shit back in 1492. Ain't nothing new under the sun.
Well, they just but you also got the scenario. You also got the scenario where, like I said, with like you said, with the church, with the Catholic Church now,
Right.
giving all these payouts to all these different peoples, and now they setting up these things where these people can go back and get it. And they had over 1,500 people just out there in California. But now, and I said when I did my sit down on this some weeks back, I'm like, but what about all across America and the world itself?
Right.
It's Catholic, because this Catholic Church is worldwide.
Because Esau didn't start touching kids in 18.
Yeah, he didn't start that goes all the way
You've been
back.
doing it since he came to power.
That's it.
Right.
All right. I mean, you remember when we used to go and look up. We used to go and look up Bacchus and Christmas and all those Roman,
All the Roman bullshit, right?
Dionysus and all. We used to go look all that stuff up, and it would show you all these wild Roman parties and orgies. And little children were under the table drinking, and in the midst of naked people doing it and shit, with animals.
Right.
All right. And now all of a sudden, when we go to Google, because we started bringing those images out, but see, they gloried in this history.
Mm-hmm.
Until we showed the dirt on it. Until we showed the dirt on it.
And then we showed it right, and all of a sudden they started pulling it down. And then they're going to call it theory.
Yeah. Hey, what? Like you said, what about the architecture where they show little boys underneath the scenario?
Well, you know what? And the Lord, did somebody read Psalms 85 and 11 earlier? But you got to think about it. Somebody can grab that. Right. But like when the ruins of Pompeii. Right. The evidence of their pedophilia, of their sexual perversion was frozen in time from the hot lava from the volcanoes. Preserved it. It preserved the images. It preserved the bodies. It preserved the pedo signs. It preserved the sex toys. It preserved it. It's witness. They got caught in the act.
Yeah, it's a chick I know, and she said she was being followed when she was picking up her daughters from school. Because she's a single woman. She only got daughters too. There's no man in the house. So she was being followed, picking up the daughters, and then she noticed. She's like, "Damn, these people is following me." And then she tried to go to the police station.
Were they walking, following her?
No, they was driving. She was driving.
So that means they may have been already spotted her.
Yeah, they already spotted her before. And they was following her. Then she tried to lead them to the police station. They didn't go there. Trying to find out they was a sex trafficking people that was trying to get her.
Yeah, because they saw
Bloomington, Illinois.
They saw that she had only girls too.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
they were like jackpot.
Oh yeah,
her little daughters.
Her and her crew,
right?
Her and her kids.
Yep.
Is she an attractive woman?
She decent. I ain't gonna say super attractive.
You already answered the question.
Yeah.
When you see it, that means that she will be of no value to them.
Yeah,
they
wanted the children.
That's all I was trying to figure out. Because if he's sitting up, because there's some attractive moms out there.
They take the whole crew.
Right. So I can sell mom, the daughters, the team. Yeah, but yeah. Okay.
They wanted the 18-year-old and her two youngest.
There you go.
That's
it. My brother-in-law just put up the comment. He said there's a book called Boys Were Their Gods. So
wow.
He said, I'm gonna say it again. The book is called Boys Were Their Gods.
Boys Were Their Gods.
And it's talking about Roman,
the
pedophilia in their history and their
wow.
things like Bacchus and all the things that are connected to Christmas and all these other celebrations that bring it out, brother.
This Sirach 41:7 is going back to at one time in glory in their history, right? Sirach 41:7. The children will complain of an ungodly
There
father
it is.
because they shall be reproached for his sake. So the things they used to glory in now is coming to their light that these things are shameful.
Yeah.
Now they're afraid from it. No, this is your history. Esau wearing proud.
Yeah, manifest destiny. This is what you was talking about. The Lord put us above them people. They're less than human, and it was our divine right to rule over them and let them be subhuman to us and build our wealth.
Yeah.
And this, that, and other.
I just listened to the story of how Crazy Horse died and all the great feats that he did before he died. And like you said, there was a time where Esau, and the Lord's will, I'm actually do a video on it. The Lord's will, you know, I will do that. But Crazy Horse started fighting Esau at 14.
Damn, that's right.
At 14, he actually started fighting. He was only 14 years old when he started fighting them. And he unalived and defeated a lot of Edomite soldiers. As a matter of fact, Crazy Horse fought at the Battle of Little Bighorn with Sitting Bull. He was one of the main warriors there. And the way that they defeated Crazy Horse was that Esau he killed millions of buffaloes.
Starved them out.
They killed millions to the point to where they were starving his people out.
Yep.
And Crazy Horse surrendered himself just so his people
wasn't starved to death.
All right.
Yep.
And then these bitch niggas, they actually bayoneted him in his back.
Damn.
That's how they killed the great and mighty Crazy Horse. They stabbed him in the fucking back. All right.
Yeah, they even show you that a little bit. I think in that movie. What was that with Kevin Costner, where they had fucking
Dancing with
Wolves, where they had killed all these buffalo, and when they showed, they was like,
"Who
the
does
fuck
this?
is the waste?
Right?
What the fuck is this kind of waste? Who does this?
What sort of demon does this? You know?" And so, right, and so because he's a wicked man, because he figured, well, we're not gonna eat this buffalo. We just gonna bring in, some pork, some pigs.
Well,
The pigs, they multiply like rabbits and shit. So you bring in a couple pigs. Next thing you know, you got hundreds of them.
Yeah.
All right, but pigs are not meant for human consumption. Esau, being the demon that he is, he don't give a damn. He pushes that. He has pig farms for consumption. All right, in the ancient time, all right, among our people and even some other Hebrew races, they didn't eat that shit because they were Hebrews. All right, and the pig is basically a walking garbage disposal. So you gotta think about it. If you have land and you have sheep and cow and goats and some donkeys and some chicken and
why would you
these things going around, you have the pigs because the pigs kept you from having a foot full of shit every day.
Right.
All right. That's what the pigs did.
When
these animals took the dumps, the pigs went and ate the shit.
Real quick.
All right. You didn't even have to feed them. You just put a little water out for them and give them a place to go wallow in the mud. And they was you had a pet pig that you didn't even need to pet. All right. Yeah, and they make their little noise and they wobble around and they would eat the shit. That's what is the purpose of a pig. And what's sad is that it's not like a pig is a wicked animal. It's just not meant for consumption.
Right.
The Lord made it for.
He's good for what he's good.
He made it for, and unfortunately here in America, the pig has a horrible existence because not only is he farmed for consumption, but he's also one of the main animals that Esau likes to do is harmful and painful experiments on.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Like I say, it's most like humans because you can transplant a pig
DNA
heart. You can transplant a pig heart to a human heart.
There's people walking around with.
My mom had a pig aorta valve for about 5-6 years before she died. The pig heart is kind of compatible. Esau is a goddamn Dr. Frankenstein.
You know what they do, brother? You watch the movie Gangs of New York. Bill the Butcher taught I forget the names, the dude whose son was son of the Dead Rabbits. His father was the leader of the Dead Rabbits. But Bill the Butcher to Leonardo DiCaprio's Amsterdam. That was his name. Right. He taught Amsterdam the how to kill on a pig because a pig's organs are placed similar to a human.
The skin.
And so basically they would hang up the pig, and instead of butchering them, he was showing them the kill shots for battle. Like, okay, that's the liver, that's the heart, this is the lung. And he was showing them how to kill. And so he practiced on pigs. All right, but nevertheless, going back to what I was saying, pigs are used in some of the most horrendous ways. Dogs, monkeys, guinea pigs, rabbits, mice. They do the weirdest. I just watched a video before I came here, which I was actually gonna play, about them doing sex changes on animals.
Wow.
Edom is doing sex changes on mice. He's doing just to study them to see how they react.
No,
He's doing sex changes on fucking and spending millions.
Tax dollars.
No, your roads are falling apart. You can't get loans. You can't get a grant. You can't get. You're right. People, the homeless people are starving. But he got millions to spend to give to these weird ass. First Timothy 6:20. To give these wicked ass, weird ass scientists, all right, to do an experiment to change a damn rat and a pig's sexual organs to that of a female, and vice versa. So he can study them and see, and these animals are all in pain and all fucked up.
Yeah, that's why scriptures say when the wicked take, everybody gonna rejoice when this wicked ass devil get taken out of fucking power, man.
And if you look at the pig's body, the pig's body is almost the same type of body style as a garbage truck. Just think of look at
They got like 3 stomachs or something.
Yes, and you inject that pig with strychnine, and which is one of the most powerful poisons on earth, and he won't die.
Well, they did that experiment with the snakes in World War II. When they were clearing out a wooded area, they brought in a herd of pigs and fenced it off because it was venomous snakes in the wooded area, and it was biting the soldiers. So they was like, we got to get rid of these fucking snakes. So they just didn't feed some pigs for a couple days and let them in there, and the pigs ate all the snakes. And the snakes were biting them, and it didn't affect them because they're so poison and toxic. Poison don't kill poison. Right.
He just adds to it.
There you go. So while they biting this pig, the pig just ate their ass.
Thank you.
People eat anything. As a matter of fact, there's been movies, but it's also
That's
been
a true
in
story.
news. It's in movies and in
I'm
news.
about to find that and use it.
It's in movies and in news that people like mobsters back in the days would take somebody, kill them, and put them in the pig farm, and the pigs would eat, and you wouldn't see
Snatch.
Yes.
The movie Snatch. He said, "Beware of gangsters who own
Meat.
pig farms." They also showed you that in one of the Silence of the Lambs. One of the dudes that the main character had fucked over survived. I think he ate the dude's face or some shit, and he had a deformed face. And the dude was eccentric and rich, but he kept pigs, and he fed the pigs to the screaming noise of humans. People screaming like they're in torment. And every time he played that people screaming, the pigs would get excited to eat because that's what they would do.
Wow.
When he wanted to get rid of an enemy, he would turn on that screaming, and the pigs would get all riled up. Then he'd throw a person in there, and the pigs would swarm him and eat him.
Wow.
Because he was planning on doing that to the
mobster.
villain. No, he's planning on doing it to the guy. What was the guy's name? He's planning on doing that to Hannibal for revenge. But Hannibal ended up throwing him to his own pigs. Right?
See, the Deadliest Warrior, they show you when they have the carcass, like you said, all the kill shots, when they want to assimilate Deadliest Warrior, when they want to assimilate what weapons would have done what damage, they put the carcass upside down, and then they do it because it's the closest to the skin texture. So they're like, this would have cut off
this would have did this would have
damage. You know who also does that too? If you ever bought Cold Steel products, or if you just go on YouTube right now, you can pull it up. You hit it like a Cold Steel Cold Steel Gladius or whatever.
Right.
They usually are demonstrating the striking power and the weapon on a pig carcass because it simulates like a human, right?
Wow.
I got that preset. This
So that pig died just so we can get hacked to pieces on camera.
You know what I'm saying?
This 1 Timothy 6:20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babbling and oppositions of sciencely false cause.
Science
falsely
So this science falsely so called that is used in the most malicious way. All right, because they take science falsely so called and try to make it legitimate, and then try to come against you and give you strikes and punishment for speaking against pseudoscience, against false science. No one's speaking against real science. All right, and a lot of things that they do is a real science. All right, but then they hide. That's another avenue. That's one. Matter of fact, in the recent years, the last I would say the last 50 years or so, they've hidden behind that banner of science, but it's been pseudoscience, false science, and all kinds of millions of people have died because of band-aids that's been given around the world. Different types of band-aids they have different effects, different band-aids that cause diseases with big diseases with little names, all kind of weird shit, all behind pseudo false science. Go ahead, brother.
Just to show you that Esau's a demon, because all flesh is not the same, man. It's 1 Corinthians 15:39. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. So Esau just a mad scientist, man. You get this man the power of the earth, and you see what he does, he destroys it.
Yeah, he got that boogeyman laugh. Every time you put on a white lab coat, you're right, that evil, wicked cartoon laugh. Right.
Y'all stop.
Right.
It was a monster.
That shit, right. He is. He's just a devious demon, man.
That's what the Lord made him to be.
I was gonna say, made him built for it.
The Lord said that he can't sleep at night. He tosses and turns until he can come up with another debauchery, somebody get it if you
I
want.
got that for you right here. It's Proverbs the 4th chapter, straight to the point. It's Proverbs 4:16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief.
That's Esau Edom. That's your Netanyahu Jew. That's your Trump. That's your Prince Charles. That's whoever the Rothschilds, the bankers. That's the elite of Esau Edom. They don't rest until they come up with a what?
It says, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
And that's the crafts, their policies, everything that they had to set up in order to defraud mankind. But their whole impetus is Negro, Latino, Native American, which happen to be the righteous and some of the wicked of Israel. Now, the righteous Negro, Latino, Native Americans, the original Israelites, they're against us, man. Every policy is against us.
You know what's crazy? I mean, I won't say it's crazy. What's so profound about that is the fact that, like you said, this man thinks this way, and through technology that Yahweh has given him, he has gotten his ability to kill up to prolific levels, to prophetic levels. Okay, like when David went off and they killed 70,000 men with one move. When they dropped Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they hit them kind of numbers, and he still ain't happy. He still ain't happy with the fact that he can kill with godlike numbers now.
Well, it don't matter, Pops. You read the scripture. The scripture says desire is his hell.
Exactly.
His hell is never full.
Yeah.
Right.
He can't be satisfied.
That's right.
All right. I wanted to play this quick video real quick. Because it just goes in line with what we're saying. Because once again, we said these people are fit to rule, and they're turning our allies against us. So this is from remember the brother ICR. Yeah, they used to be in Chicago. Shalom, beloved.
Right.
But yeah, this is a video that he put up. It's only 2 minutes long, so I'm gonna play it. And for those of you brothers, the older brothers know who he is. That brother's still doing the work, man. He never stopped doing the work. And he never stopped calling the name of Yahweh Bashem Shai. And he never stopped acknowledging who the elders are either. He's just not a part of GMS anymore. But the brother stayed, doing the work, just to let y'all know. He said, keep pushing, we almost out of here. And then he put up Obadiah 1:1. And then I was just reading this, Revelation 11:14, about the third woe. We're at the door of the third woe. But here it is.
Americans have no idea what is happening right now, and that is not an accident. The government is intentionally keeping us in the dark. I just got off the FaceTime call with a friend who's a policymaker in Ottawa, and she informed me that Canada and the Canadians are fully prepared for a war on the U.S. Just yesterday, Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, was caught on a hotline saying that Donald Trump is serious when he says that he wants to make Canada the 51st state, and that is a serious threat when he says that he wants to invade Canada and annex Canada because he wants Canada's critical minerals. Americans just don't even know that this is happening. To mention, Canadians are fully aware of this as well. If you walk into a store right now in Canada, you're going to see labels telling people what's American made so that the Canadians don't buy. And then in British Columbia, which is huge, by the way, the Premier in British Columbia is saying that they're going to cut off all contracts that are up with the U.S., meaning businesses in the U.S. will be cut off from doing business with British Columbia. And we're over here in America thinking that everything is hunky-dory with our allies. Meanwhile, they're pretty much getting ready to take us down. And honestly, I don't even know if this content is going to get pushed out to any Americans.
Yeah, man.
I got a precept.
Bring it out, brother.
This is beautiful because you cannot escape the judgment of the Lord and the will of the Lord, and you cannot get away with being just wicked. This is Revelations 17:16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. The 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
There it is, man. So we kind of opened with that. How they're turning the allies against us. One brother mentioned about the Canadian wine being pulled off the
shelves,
being pulled off the shelves, and them putting taxes, tariffs back on America, as all the other ones are too, man. The deck is about to go up, brothers. It's possible we get in the mindset of the Passover, but it's possible that we may not have it, man. We may be on lockdown. We don't know, anything can hit us between now and then.
Any second.
All right.
So you had Americans making videos doing the same thing. These proud devils, but they're like, oh, we can let go of some bullshit whiskey and not eat an avocado for a week. So there's Americans actually making videos on that very same thing. They're like, oh, we could go without mediocre tequila and avocados. So there's Americans actively making videos scoffing them.
And look,
so this is going to turn out to bite them in the ass.
Look, avocados are very, important to your health. If you can actually help, with healing you.
Clear up a lot of stuff.
And fix you up as a superfood, man. All right, not that GMO shit that the so-called white man makes in his lab. We're talking about real avocados.
Right. I love tequila.
All right.
This Jeremiah 51:9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. All right. Hey, man, they through, man. All right. Nobody's dealing with America, man. They've been fucking over all these other countries. So they say, hey, we found out a way where we can do business without your ass, and fuck you too. Right. And then ultimately it's going to lead to these missiles over here and everything, man. This place going to be desolate, man. Because what they done to us.
Yep. Revelation 17 said the nation shall hate the whore. Mm-hmm. So we just watching the inner workings of how the Lord is doing.
Exactly.
And Trump and Shalakia, DJT, he's the perfect candidate to bring that in.
Oh yeah,
bring that last Trump.
The actions that he's taking is already solidified.
Yeah,
and and we keep telling you that America has crossed the PNR.
Oops.
Right? Bring it out, brother. Then bring us out. We're gonna wrap it up.
This is the book of Jeremiah 50:14, and this is the end game of it all. It says, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against your house.
Smoke this bitch.
That's what I'm talking about. Look at that bourbon mean.
Smoke that
Go ahead, bro.
This Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up, which is happening. That way they getting prepared for this war, man.
Beats get suited and booted.
Yep.
bitch. Start financially first.
They ready to put some shit to death. It says, beat your plowshares into sword and your prudent hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong, and
Got
these,
them nukes.
weak nations is now, and we ready now. We ain't weak no more.
Yeah, 14.
Come up, we ready for y'all now.
Well, exactly. We ready to beat y'all ass. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathens, and gather yourselves together round about. Thence cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh. Let the heathens be woken and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the Yahweh Shaphat, the valley of judgment.
Right.
Exactly. For there will I set to judge all the heathens round about. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to destroy all of their ass at once, man.
God, and it's a beautiful thing, man. And he gonna get rid of you dirty ass, nasty ass 2/3 too. That's
There you go.
Bane of our existence.
Jumping over,
right?
jumping over to get to you.
Right. So with that, man, we're gonna give all praises, all honor, and glory unto
Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushai Ba'Hashem, B'Kakadash.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Ba'Babal.
Ba'Babal.
Turn those machines back on.